Good afternoon and welcome to the Michigan State Capitol. My name is Stan Ponstein and it is my privilege to be serving this year as President of the Michigan Association of Counties Board of Directors. I will be the 115th person to hold that honor either with the State Association of Supervisors or now under the name as the Michigan Association of Counties. On this date, 125 years ago, in the Senate chambers just steps away, representatives from 16 counties gathered to form this association. As a commissioner from Kent County, I'm a bit disappointed that Kent was not among those of the original 16 counties. However, I would be remiss not to congratulate the following founding members of that association, which are Branch, Calhoun, Cass, Eaton, Gladwin, Gratiot, Ingham, Ionia, Jackson, Kalamazoo, Monroe, Montcalm, Oakland, Ottawa, Saginaw, and St. Joseph. Since that day, Kent has taken its responsibilities to MAC a little more seriously. I'm the 11th person from Kent County to lead the association, making Kent County #1 on the list of presidents of the association. None of my Kent predecessors, however, had this opportunity before me today, which to celebrate MAC's anniversary as the oldest local government association in the state of Michigan. In a few moments, you're going to hear from a few of my friends and predecessors as MAC Board of Directors and Presidents. Each will put their own unique twist on how their involvement with MAC and its members affected their public service. Being in just my 4th month as MAC President, I feel a little like I'm still on the job training. One certainty I can share today is that within MAC, people matter. The relationships I've developed with my fellow commissioners through MAC have made me a better servant for Kent County and of this great state. The education, expertise, and the tools that I can access every day from our team here in Lansing never cease to amaze me. I am fortunate in my membership in MAC, and Michigan is fortunate to have organizations like MAC in its public life.
Thank you, Stan. Please allow me to welcome you today where MAC began 125 years ago. I'm Steve Curry, MAC's Executive Director, the 7th person to hold that position since 1955. You're about to hear from 4 former MAC board members, 2 Democrats and 2 Republicans, which is a testament to MAC's long-standing commitment to good government, good policy over partisan politics. These individuals have had an important impact on the association over the past few years, and now they've made the step to the state legislature. Joining them in the legislature are 20 other former county commissioners to make up our county caucus. This group's thank you. This group's continued commitment to public service and to county government is appreciated and applauded by all of us today. In addition to those who helped lead this organization to where it is today, are those whose current commitment help us achieve our purpose to educate and advocate for all 83 counties. We have an incredible, diverse, and qualified staff who work tirelessly on behalf of every county in the state, whether it's advocating on the tiles of the Capitol or creating and executing valuable educational opportunities for our members. The staff always goes above and beyond expectations, and I'm grateful to be able to work for them every day. Our team is honored to be supported by an engaged board of directors who are elected by their fellow commissioners to represent the diverse needs of our 83 counties. These board members are the engine of our association, and we appreciate their commitment and involvement in the organization. Could you board members please raise your hand quickly? Thank you. Finally, 60 years ago, the Michigan Association of Counties office was in a Quonset hut somewhere on the campus of MSU. Now, Quonset, Derek put in my speech. You know I would never say it. In fact, I had to Google it. to figure out what it meant. But today we have a home in an office building in downtown Lansing, steps away from this beautiful building. In this small way and many others, it proves how MAC has adapted over time to fulfill its mission to advance education, communication, and cooperation among county officials in the state of Michigan. Thank you for coming today, and now I turn it over to former Kalamazoo County Commissioner and MAC board member, Representative Julie Rogers. Julie?
Thank you. I'm glad Representative Borton got the memo. I am so thrilled to be here with you, many of whom are my close friends, and I'm proud to be a former, I always say, once a county commissioner, always a county commissioner. So I'm thrilled to represent Kalamazoo in the legislature, but also to continue to have local government and counties top of mind. In fact, Dina knows this, but pretty much any bill involving local governments, I say, where's MAC on this? And she gets a text or a phone call, and sometimes I'm the first one to break news to her that something is evolving. So it's been a great partnership that I really appreciate. I also wanted to touch on, you know, I think a lot of times local government, particularly county public health, has gotten stigmatized in the pandemic, and so I'm thrilled to have the honor of being the chair of the House Health Policy to kind of reimagine and reset the table, and I look forward to partnering with MAC and our local counties. In fact, tomorrow is our kickoff meeting, our organizational meeting, and we will be having some county officials and some county health officers talk about what all the positives are that our counties do to keep people safe. I also will say I was thrilled to cast a vote for 4-year terms for county commissioners, but I am a little jealous because I'm, you know, still on that 2-year train, so was happy to do it, but yes, a little jealous. And then I just also wanted to say, anytime, you know, that I can have bragging rights over Commissioner Ponstein, I really appreciate it. So thank you for those opening comments about Kalamazoo being an inaugural county. I actually did not know that, but I will remind him of that whenever I see him. So thanks so much again. You know, as a past MAC and NACO board member, just know you always have a friend and a partner, and I will do my best to not have any unfunded mandates. Thank you.
I'm certainly glad we were able to make it here. Boy, nothing like cutting it a little bit close. Hey, before I talk about how important MAC is to me, I'm going to be very quick. I have to tell a quick story. And yes, there's going to be a couple people in the audience that are going to be embarrassed by this. I'm going to tell you a little bit about how Lansing works. I was very fortunate. Obviously, I was elected, I'm in my second term, so I was elected 2 years ago. So I was very fortunate to get a great legislative director with a great legislative background, and to show me the ropes. And I was very proud of her, even though she didn't like it. And she's sitting back there turning red right now as we speak. But I bragged about her all the time. Everyone I talked to, I was so lucky. I got the greatest legislative director ever. She's teaching me. Everything's wonderful. So that went on for about 1.5 years, and then Dina stole her from me. So that's Madeline Feta sitting back there. So if that's not bad enough, I had a good backup. We had a good backup plan. I had Amanda. And Amanda was highly recommended to come in, and when Madeline told me she was leaving, I asked Amanda if she'd step into that. She turned out to be phenomenal too. Well, I made the mistake. I started telling people I was so lucky I got 2 in a row. And of course, Dina stole Amanda Destin's. So that's strike 2, Dina. Wherever you are, there you are. So no more. We're going to be done with that for a while. But I do want to let you know, don't worry, I did hire another legislative director. She starts Monday. She's awful. She is horrible. She comes in late. She hasn't even started yet, but I know she's going to come in late. I know she's going to be mean to the constituents. No, I'm just kidding, but leave her alone, okay, Dina? No more. All right, so good afternoon. I'm Ken Borton, state representative from Otsego County, former county commissioner. As the first of 3 former MAC board presidents you will hear from today, I'm eager to steal a bit of my colleagues' thunder, as I'm sure they'll be making similar points today. First, I could not be more proud to be here today, obviously, and to be a former member, board member, and president in good standing of the Michigan Association of Counties.
4.5 years ago, I addressed MAC for the first time as its president around a simple theme. And that's how I did. A kid from Macomb County, yes, that's where I grew up, is Macomb County. And then I wised up and I moved up north. Sorry, Veronica. And I had obviously no particular background in public policy, politics. How I wound up being a commissioner is a whole different story, which I'll tell you offline sometime. But the simple answer why I got involved is because somebody asked me to. Somebody said, please get involved, and I said I would. I was one of 622 commissioners then. Today I'm one of 110 representatives charged with the direction of state policy. Please allow me a quick wow. Come on, Joe, you can do better than that. Joe, one of my biggest supporters right there. Without a doubt, though, I would not be here today, would not be serving in the Capitol had it not been for the knowledge and opportunities and relationships afforded by MAC's resources that flow naturally from its century-plus commitment to public service. One of the lessons I learned, thanks to my time in the county office and to MAC, is that service in county government is not for those seeking headlines or clicks. It's the ultimate out of sight, out of mind arena. Those who take up the responsibilities do it out of a desire to make their communities better. MAC helped me, as it's helped thousands of my predecessors, be better at that work. For that, I am grateful. So I stand here today proudly as a product of MAC culture, a culture of service. Congratulations to my friend at MAC on this historic milestone. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm Representative Matthew Bierlein. I'm the second of the three former MAC presidents here today that's going to talk to you. And my experience is a little different than Ken's, actually. I got a lot of clicks and headlines with the story that I'm going to tell you about MAC. So speech is actually going to be my topic today, and I'm going to tell you a story about how County Commissioner Matthew Bierlein from Tuscola County with 50,000 people with the help of MAC, actually became an advocate for free speech and sued the state. So it started when folks who go to work over there every day decided that county government and local government in general, they were going to change the way that we get to communicate with constituents. So they made some change to the Michigan Campaign Finance Act, specifically in a way that disrupts the communications between county and other local officials and the voters who are looking to get information about millage requests. So I'm no expert on that act, mind you, and fortunately though, like many other commissioners, I had direct access daily to the expertise marshaled by MAC here in Lansing. In early 2016, I joined forces with other local governments. I appeared here in Lansing to urge former Governor Snyder to veto the no free speech zone, the legislation created in the 60 days prior to an election. And this event is just kind of one of the series of signature moments for MAC this year. When that didn't work, a few weeks later, the Bierlein name was added to a federal lawsuit filed to defend the rights of my county colleagues to speak and for our constituents to hear from us. Federal court heard stuff for a 20-something that ran, oh, typo, I was 30 something. It wasn't a 20-something, that ran for office, figuring his time would be focused on jail maintenance and community development. So the long story, made short, is that a federal judge approved a consent judgment that barred enforcement of the no speech zone. The prerogatives, the judgment of local elected officials were preserved. My personal involvement with MAC as a commissioner, as a board of director, and as its president transformed my understanding of the multitude of issues that confront local governments and county government, and my view of what is possible when local officials can work together. On a personal note, in the 6 years I was a commissioner, I was on the board my first year. I spent so much time with the folks at MAC that my oldest, who's 10, used to think Steve was his uncle because we were down here all the time. We grew up with MAC, and we are just so happy to be able to congratulate you on 125 years of service to this state. So thank you.
Kleinfeld, State Senator. The funny thing is all three of us, not only were we all MAC presidents, but we all served with each other. We were MAC presidents in succession, and we all moved on to this great institution. Matt, it seemed to me I never saw him without a baby buggy and a whole bunch of kids following in tow. So they sort of grew up with all of us. Congratulations, Michigan Association of Counties, 125 years. I think the only one that's been here that long is Joe Palomera. I know he's been here for a long time. As a MAC board member, I had the opportunity, there you are right in front of me. As a MAC board member, I had the opportunity to see up close and personal how passionate this organization is and how hard it fights for counties and the successes that we achieved over time, during my time, and I'm sure long before that. Counties would not be anywhere near what they are today without this association. And during my time here, as well as theirs, MAC sort of reinvented itself, moved closer to the Capitol to be more present and more available to lawmakers. We started doing strategic planning. The first one might have been a little testy at times, and really got active in partnering with other county associations like the treasurers and the clerks to work on things that everybody has in common. So I think that MAC has really modernized itself in the last few years and has become even more effective. I don't know if you know that sitting as president, you learn this, the partnership with the National Association of Counties. We really bring Michigan when we go up to Washington, D.C. When I was on the board. This association is very present at the national level as well, taking care of Michigan and Michigan's issues. So I'm just so proud to have been a part of this organization, and I will tell you, you probably saw everybody hugging each other. We have made lifelong friends, and I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you.
So we have this tribute for the Counties Association for their 125th anniversary to honor all of the great work that they have done over the years. And we just want to present it to you now, Steve. We'll give it to Stan as president. Congratulations, sir, on your tenure and the work that you guys do. There was a time that all of us were on the board together serving. So
yes.
We all served together. It's been fun.
That was my first year.
All right. Well, thank you.